If you're an NBA fan, we all know what February and March mean. Trade season. For this year, however, it was moved to March 25th because of the shortened season. Mid-season trades have the potential to boost championship teams like the Brooklyn Nets acquiring James Harden or the Houston Rockets acquiring draft picks and assets to get better for the future. All of this is very exciting for us NBA fans. That's why in this video, we'll talk about a Zach Lavine trade to the Los Angeles Lakers and why he's a great fit playing alongside superstars Anthony Davis and LeBron James. But before that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and smash that notification bell to get updates on my latest NBA content. I'm not going to talk about trade scenarios that will happen because it's already being discussed in debate shows. Instead, we will discuss what skill set Zach Lavine brings to an already talented Los Angeles Lakers roster, so make sure to watch until the very end to find that out. Just listen to what Brian Windhorst had to say about the trade rumors that Zach Lavine was involved in. Another guy that executives are watching out there because they're not sure about his future with the Chicago Bulls is Zach Lavine. I would tell you if the Bulls are going to trade Zach Lavine, who's having an all-star season, I wouldn't want to trade him just for somebody. But if you're looking for players who are possibly available on the trade market, it's Zach Lavine. Yes, Laker fans, there is a possibility Lavine might be a great addition to the team. Lavine is averaging career highs this year with 28.6 points, 5.4 rebounds, 5.1 assists while shooting 52% from the field, 44% from three-point range, and shooting 86% from the free throw line. Those numbers will be a massive boost if he plays for the Lakers because the guard production is a weak point for them. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope has been excellent shooting from the field, but he remains inconsistent and is hampered by injury. The Los Angeles Lakers acquired Wes Matthews to fill Avery Bradley's void. However, he's getting older and hasn't been the same player ever since that Achilles injury. Finally, while good defensively, you can't consistently rely on him offensively, especially if teams are packing the paint to avoid LeBron and AD's drives, thus forcing them to kick out to shooters. While we're on the shooting topic, one skill set that Zach Lavine can give for the Lakers is his shooting. Like I said earlier, Zach Lavine has been shooting the lights out. To give you an idea of how good he has been this season, he would be one of only 6 players who has posted a shooting percentage of 50, 40, 85 shooting splits on 60% true shooting for an entire season. If he were to up his percentage to 50, 40, 90, he would be in the club alongside Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and many more. What he's doing is an incredible feat, given the fact that the players I've mentioned have one or more all-star to all-NBA caliber players alongside them. The closest all-star support that you can have from the Bulls roster is Otto Porter Jr. I emphasize that because he was ranked before starting the season by Sports Illustrated and ESPN 94th and 98th respectively. We all know he's been hampered with injuries. Plus, the Chicago Bulls are nowhere near contending for an NBA championship. The Bulls are tinkering along that 8th seed to 10th seed with a subpar record hovering around 500. That's why I feel like his shooting will be a massive upgrade for the Lakers. Number 2, playmaking. Speaking of his leaps offensively, Lavine has made massive improvements as a playmaker. Darnell Mayberry, who writes basketball content about the NBA, had this to say about Zach Lavine's playmaking ability this year. Lavine's usage of running pick-and-roll sets has increased to a career-best 49%, up from 37% last year, according to Synergy Sports. For the first time in his career, Lavine is averaging more than 1 point per possession operating the pick-and-roll. His 1.038 points per possession rank ahead of LeBron James, Luka Doncic, and Trae Young, while Lavine's 52.4% field goal percentage out of pick-and-roll is by far a career high. If you're a fan of the Bulls, you can see his strides in playmaking as he dimes his teammates on the short pick and roll. When he gets doubled, he has consistently made the right reads under pressure based on stats of pick and roll ball handler leaders against traps. He's top 2, edging out players like Luka Doncic, Trae Young, and Damian Lillard. If he gets traded to the Lakers, not only will they have another playmaker to play alongside LeBron and Dennis Schroeder, he will also help LeBron have more rest because he can carry the load offensively and run the team. Number 3, defense. If you associate defense to Lavine, a lot of people will be skeptical of you. But this year, he has proven those doubters wrong. The eye test and metrics say Lavine has been an improved defender for the last 2 to 3 years. Basketball defensive plus-minus stats have shown steady leaps for him defensively. Zach Lavine's defense has improved significantly since he was drafted by the Wolves, and this would add tremendously to an already strong defensive team in the Los Angeles Lakers. For those of you who may not know this, Zach Lavine guarded better from the perimeter, especially the three-point arc, where Lavine is 35th this year. When the Bulls had Chris Dunn and Shaq Harrison, defensive stalwarts last year, his number was 34th in 2019 and 37th in 2020. Yes, those numbers are not huge improvements, but he's far from his first season with the Bulls, where he was classified as a liability. If the Lakers happen to acquire Lavine, they won't have to worry about giving up too much defensively in order to get him. Plus, the Lakers need help offensively. Adding Lavine will definitely be a massive boost for them on that side of the court. Number 4, perception. From the moment he was drafted by the Timberwolves, Lavine has been considered an elite athletic guard who can make show-stopping dunks and plays and convert tough shots, but has a questionable shot selection, lacks playmaking skills, and struggles with defensive fundamentals despite his size and quickness. After tearing his ACL in his 3rd season, he was traded to the Chicago Bulls, where he got his first max contract of 4 years and $80 million that most basketball analysts considered to be a bad contract because of his early seasons with the Wolves. 2.5 years after, Lavine has more than proven his worth signing that contract. In the point of view of Bulls fans, his rise to all-star status has been a revelation for the franchise. NBA stars and analysts have noticed it as well. Zach Lowe and Kevin Arnovitz, both well-known analysts, both discussed Lavine's all-star candidacy on the Low Post podcast. They were comparing Zach to Trae Young, who is gifted offensively but lacks the effort to play on the defensive side. I think they are both enormously damaging defenders. I mean, Lavine, his intentions are good and he tries hard. I really believe that Zach Lavine tries hard on defense. I do. When you talk to him about defense, it's clear that he thinks about it. He can talk about it. It's just on the floor, he just gets lost sometimes. Even the superstar for the Nets, KD, had good things to say for Zach. Devontae Graham has surprised me coming out of college. Zach Lavine has superstar potential, along with Kristaps Porzingis. Even though he didn't exactly say what he liked about Zach, when you get praised from, in my eyes, the second best player in the NBA right now, you've done your work. Even Zach said it himself, he would love to play with LeBron James. There's a lot of players I love to play with, but I would love to go out and play with LeBron James. I love to play for a point guard who can distribute the ball for others. Who better to play for other than the best passer in and the best player in the game, right? What are your thoughts about the potential of Lavine joining the Lakers? Do you think they win the title if Zach were to pair up with AD and LeBron? Tell us what you think in the comments down below, and once again, make sure to leave a like on this video and hit that subscribe button to watch out for the best NBA content. If you like this video, make sure to watch my previous video on a potential trade for Bradley Beal to the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm sure you'll like that one. Thank you for watching.